Hi everyone, here I have a simple scene of the interior design of a bedroom with a mansard ceiling which I made in Blender for my client, and I want to analyze it with you. So first of all, let's look at the final renders. Here we have a nice looking bathroom in which I've used black and white tiles with marble. There is a big shower, a tub, a toilet and a cabinet with a sink. Of course, I wish the room had a much bigger window, but it's architecture. At least the building is oriented in the right direction to the sun. Among the plumbing elements distinguishing are the tub and black toilet, and the shower glass goes from the floor up to the ceiling without any moving parts. Here was allowed to make the recess in the shower for all kinds of soap and shampoo. I like to place some seat place into the shower for more comfort. In this case, I choose the trunk of a teak tree. As for lighting, here we have three types: main lamp at the ceiling, front light in mirrors, and additional decorative lighting, which indeed makes sense to use it in nighttime. Now let's look at my measurements. As you can see, some elements are already placed, like the toilet installation frame or water outlets or so. Now let's go ahead and jump into the scene. But before looking at the 3D scene, I want to pay attention to the interface layout. As for me, this combination is most comfortable for work like this. Here we have a small window for UV editor, the shader editor, and the tiny property window which is opened on the material tab most of the time. The central part is for the 3D view, and the right side is filled by collection and properties again. The coolest thing about Blender in this case, I think, is the possibility of simply maximizing any of these windows by pressing Ctrl Space. You can see the floor plan that I placed in the separate collection. I like to mark such collections in purple color. Now let's briefly look at the objects. The tub, I took it from Ravak website, so the geometry is pretty ugly, at least it shades smoothly in the render. Instead of a native front panel, I prefer to make this part out of ceramic tiles, which gives me the opportunity to hide the decorative light underneath, which goes up to the wall and creates a nice light rim that emphasize the top zone. For the shower glass, I have this kind of shader with a few noise imperfections and a different simpler glossy material for the side part. Here we can see a towel hanger outside and a shower faucet inside. Also, the drain is maintained on the floor. It is a simple black line, but if I want it to be visible, not to be covered by ceramic, I can slightly move it up. The recess in the wall has some decorative lights. These are simple rectangle lights that had been copied like instances. And the recess in the ceiling, the same rectangle light. For the toilet, I've got a model like this, and for installations, I always keep the rectangular plane behind the wall just to be sure of the general size of the frame. That gives me the opportunity, for example, to see where I can place the hygienic shower. Mirrors I took from the Blender kit and modified them a bit. The right side ledge from the wall contains the same rectangular light, by the way, as well as the sink cabinet hanging on the wall with some light taking its place underneath. All additional decor is placed on the sub-collection named Decor. And finally, tilings. It's a simple planes 60 by 120 centimeters each, and the whole wall has two similar materials with two different marble pictures that were randomly assigned just to give more tile variation, adding some noise to achieve imperfections. The same is made for black glossy tile and floor tile which imitates wood floor. To have more control over the lighting besides the Nishita that makes a really good job, there are two more big ellipses outside at a pretty big distance from our scene. Background plane with trees outside for realism and depth. For the render settings, I used 100 samplings, but I suspect that with the newer version of the Blender, it's a surplus number. The compositor contains of an Intel denoiser, a little bit of sharpening and a glare effect. That's it, friends. Feel free to have a discussion in the comment section. Maybe you have some ideas. I appreciate your thoughts, and thanks for your subscription and like. Bye.